So James O'Keefe has gone into hiding, and he's dropped a bombshell about the Epstein case. Listen, like he's afraid he's going to get killed. Listen, I'm being halfway sarcastic because I assume that he has more to come than what they dropped last night. Because what he dropped last night, well, I mean, listen, it's a big deal. Let's be honest, right? In case you guys haven't heard, John Bryan, who is one of the most prominent advisors to the royal family, was caught on hidden camera admitting that, Prince Andrew 100% definitely, with Virginia Giuffre. And funny that this would be dropping right now after she mysteriously killed herself, a couple a week ago or whatever. I really thought that was real. I'm embarrassed. It's the only time that I didn't see a conspiracy. I was like, come on. This girl's on the ropes, man. I think she's a drug addict. I think whatever. She lost her kids. And I really thought it was most likely that she probably did it to herself. And then, of course, the one time I took a kind of like a mainstay approach, it's like, nah. Turns out, the following week, we're going to have this massive barn burner that all of it was true. Now, obviously, everybody already knew this was true. And James O'Keefe is getting absolutely hammered on X. Like, for real hammered, okay? But apparently, there's a huge cover-up going on of the Epstein files. Look at this, okay? So, Jimmy Dore is covering this and saying that Alex Jones is saying that Pam Bondi is covering up the Epstein files. I know why she's doing this if she is. I'm going to tell you that right now, okay? If this is true and she really is covering this up, I will tell you for sure exactly why that is happening. And we're going to get into that in a second. But first, I did want to just cover a little bit of the, of this Epstein thing of the James O'Keefe thing, because, again, he's getting posterized on X. Now, real quick, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, why don't you go ahead and do that? Help your boy out. It is a UFC weekend under normal circumstances. This is like one of my worst. So anytime there's a pay-per-view this weekend, if you guys were not aware, I used to, primarily cover just combat sports. I still love them. Watch every single show, but I've expanded what I cover. But pay-per-view weeks were always my worst weeks. And so now when there's a pay-per-view on, I just don't even cover MMA until after the show. So I don't know why that's relevant, but if you would subscribe to the channel, that would be very helpful. All right, so here is what's going down. Okay, I felt exactly the same as all of these people when this came out. Without, I respect James O'Keefe and I think he's amazing. But in terms of my oh my God, this is a huge breaking story, because he's gotten some incredible stuff, right? He has broken some of the most incredible stories of all time, especially recently, right? He got the CIA guy on video claiming that the entire thing they did with Alex Jones was a coordinated effort to bankrupt him. He got a CIA guy on camera saying that. I mean, that's like one of a million things he's gotten. And this one, of course, if your job is catching kind of elites talking about things they shouldn't talk about publicly, getting one of the royal family advisors to admit on video that, Prince Andrew was not only was with, Virginia Giuffre, with a bunch of other underage women. Yeah, that's a big deal. But we already knew that, we already knew that. So the way it was hyped up, people are like, so look, surely this is not the bombshell. We have all known this for years. Reminds me of the big reveal, Bondi, the redacted black book that had been circulating for years. Next reveal is Clinton was screwing them. Tell us something we don't know, like any impending arrest. Wow, what a waste of my time. So your big 7-day drop was to tell us shit we already knew? Wow, what a revelation. Okay, this person makes a very good point, though. He says, some of you do not understand the implications. This is now that it is actually going further mainstream. Okay? There's many normies that aren't as read in as we are. This is for them, not the ones that have known already. Get a damn grip. That's exactly right. Okay, that's exactly right. Right? Now, I talk about the Epstein files all the time. I know all this stuff. You think my dad knows this? You think my dad knows for sure that Prince Andrew of the royal family was smashing youngins with Epstein? No. Do you think that if I showed my dad this painting that he would know where this came from? Now my dad's a smart guy, very smart guy. So I think if I explained to him where this painting came from, it wouldn't take it would take him 1 second to figure out what this means, right? Okay. That came from the wall of Jeffrey Epstein's New York apartment. That's a painting of Bill Clinton in the blue dress that he would have done anything to keep quiet. What does it mean? Obviously, that is a painting that says, I have him by the balls. I have him vice grip balls. He will do anything I say because I have massive compromising information on him. It's crazy. Like when I've heard other people interpret this, I'm like, how are you guys interpreting it that way? Rogan, of course, interpreted it exactly correctly as usual. You know, with this kind of thing, he never misses. Like this is one of those things that was so obvious to me immediately. And I've listened to all these other people that are all, yeah, it's the blue dress because Hillary Clinton, you know, because it's Hillary Clinton's dress. I'm like, Hillary Clinton, what are you talking about? That's Monica Lewinsky's dress that had the jizz stain on it, which was DNA from Bill Clinton. She kept a jizz stain of the president. Okay, she never dry cleaned it. She's all, this is the president's gum. That's what that is, you fucking idiots. Anyway, so then this person, let me guess, your next bombshell will be that OJ did it. That one's pretty clever. And for those of you who are also not read in, I want you to just remember from 2019.
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. We were so afraid we wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will that also quashed the story. And then Alan Dershowitz was also implicated in it because of the planes. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us.
And now she's dead.
It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail, and now it's all coming out, and it's like these new revelations, and I freaking had all of it. I'm so pissed right now. Like every day I get more and more pissed because I'm just like, oh my God, what we had was unreal. Other women backing it up. Hey, yep. Brad Edwards, the attorney, 3 years ago, saying there will come a day when we will realize Jeffrey Epstein was the most prolific pedophile this country has ever known. I had it all.
Yep. Oh, and here I wanted to address this. Look, Trump was involved. That's funny. Here, let's just scroll down a little. Oh my God, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. These people are so dumb. Okay, you duck out. Okay, that's not what that dress is. Okay, that's Monica Lewinsky's dress. Google it. Okay, but here, look it. Oh, when's this from? 2019. Trump barred Jeffrey Epstein from Mar-a-Lago over sex assault. Court docs. Yeah, he was involved. The only elite to bar Jeffrey Epstein from his his residence or his establishment. But keep it up, guys. I'm sure you're gonna get it to stick, dude. Just keep saying, "Oh, Trump's best friend." Trump's best friend. So dumb. Now let's listen to this new Jimmy Dore video where they're saying that Pam Bondi is covering this up, and then I'll tell you exactly why they're doing that. Here we go.
Linking Epstein file cover-up to a member of the Trump administration. Who do you think that person is? Who do you think the person in the Trump administration who is being linked to covering up the Epstein? Well, I'm going to guess. I don't know. Who would that be? Who would that be? The person who's been telling you 3 and 4 different stories about the Epstein file. It's a different story every month. Here's Pam Bondi. She says the FBI has tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children. Here's the thing that's wrong with this. She says we have tens of thousands of videos with Epstein with children. I don't need videos of Epstein with children.
Thank you. I don't want to see any of the videos, okay? I want to see still shots of the faces of the other people who partook in this. I don't want to see any kids. I don't want to see Epstein. I don't think, whatever. But I definitely don't want to see kids. I just want to know who was in there doing this with kids. Speaking of which, get in here. You interrupt my session? Okay? You interrupt my session? Okay, I'm not live right now, so you got 2 seconds. What's up? What?
We have to go.
Okay, no, we're doing that later. I know, but dude, that's not happening today. Well, if we do it, we'll do it after. We'll do it tomorrow, probably, or Saturday. Beat it. I love you. Anyway, hey, Jesse, why do you care about all of this? Okay. You victimize kids. I assume that you would victimize mine. So I want them. I want their pictures. I want them to face justice. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to let Jimmy Dore talk a little bit more. Then I'm going to tell you exactly why this is happening, why this is being cut. For sure, there are going to be tons of people, even if they have all the videos, even if they have every single thing that's ever been done at Epstein Island, I will tell you right now, for sure, there will be lots of people on videos, on tapes, on whatever, who will never see public justice. And I'm going to tell you exactly why shortly.
Right. It's the videos of the prince from England. It's the videos of Bill Clinton. It's the videos of Bill Gates. It's the videos of Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos.
Hey, what do you think that Bill Gates would pay to not have anyone see those videos? You know, what do you think he'd pay? I'm just saying, hypothetically, if it were me, I were in possession of those videos, right? And it was like, hey, Bill. So listen, dude, how badly do you want to avoid the entire world seeing you on video with this girl right here, who we've now verified was 14 at the time? What would you pay for that, dude? You're worth how many $100 billion? You know, that's not why, though. I'm making a joke. That's not why they're not going to see, because Bill Gates, he might get exposed. He actually very much might get exposed. He is not one of the people that I was referencing when I said that.
Types of people. The people who...
And again, I was also not saying they're going to blackmail them for money. That's also not why it's not, like, people are not going to see him.
Those are the people we need the videos of. You know, how about, who's that lawyer?
Alan Dershowitz is who you're looking for. Alan Dershowitz.
Alan Dershowitz. I'd like to see those videos. The Dersh man.
Bring the Dersh out.
Here's what she said. And then she's talking about that representative I just played. She's talking about him, and she's going to be asked a question about it.
No, the FBI. Yeah, the FBI, they're reviewing. There are tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porn. And there are hundreds of victims. And no one victim will ever get released. It's just the volume, and that's what they're going through right now. The FBI is diligently going through that.
By the way, doesn't she look like this? She's standing in front of Michael Corleone's house in The Godfather,
Yes.
and the guys are in the background.
It looks like it.
It does, dude. But Godfather 2, the Tahoe one. That's what it looks like. Okay, so let me look for where Alex Jones is waiting on this. Here you go, right there. Okay. So new evidence is going to, I'm sorry, that's not it. Hang on. Here we go. Let's go to Alex Jones and let's listen to him talk. And then I'm going to tell you exactly why this happened.
Establishment press about importance and what he's.
James O'Keefe's, one of the two big stories he's breaking is about someone in the Trump administration covering up Epstein. And then he put out a little short trailer yesterday that shows an image or still shot of video of Pam Bondi. So he didn't tell me the specifics when he called me and me alone as a dead man switch. So I was, I guess, flattered by him. He's like, I think you might be the only person that I know has the integrity to tell this in case something happens. And then when he told me, I was like, yeah, you are in danger, buddy. He told me the other stuff too. But he wouldn't even say who in the administration. I made some phone calls. And I told the crew over the weekend, I said, it's Pam Bondi. According to my sources. And because the White House already knows about this. So I wouldn't even tell the crew last week what the specifics were because I don't want to endanger them. And then there's two other big stories. And it looks like in this little promo video that he put out, he's kind of putting the three together because it's a big Pfizer news. And then some more Epstein news connected to the Democrats. But I'm going to stop right there.
Okay. Here's the deal. Okay. I'm going to make a hypothesis about this right now. Pam Bondi is a fall person. Okay. She's a fall guy because my hypothesis is that not just, I think Trump, no one at the top of the Trump administration is doing anything in a vacuum by themselves without Trump being in on it, because he'll destroy them. He'll just remove them. He'll crush them. Okay. Trump has as much power as an individual as anyone has ever had at the top of the American government, which is at the top of the world. Okay. There is absolutely no freaking way that you're going to convince me that Pam Bondi is suppressing anything related to Epstein without Trump's express say so, period. Okay. And here's why. Here's why I would imagine that they are suppressing things. Okay. And I've been saying this from the beginning. I don't know if I've been saying it on the channel, but I've certainly been saying it in conversations that I've been having out here. Okay. There is such tremendous value in some of that stuff. Okay. And I understand the repulsive nature of leveraging, like, compromising information of things people did with children for any reason other than to put that person in prison. Okay. I get it. I absolutely get it. But at the same time, okay, we live in a world that is full of evil people who do a lot of evil things. And when you are tasked with like maintaining order in the world, okay, the crimes against the kids already happened. And if I'm not saying that they're going to suppress all of it, right? But let's say hypothetically that you had someone by the fucking balls, right? Which anybody who's on one of these tapes is gotten by the balls. And let's say that you could ring them up, send them to jail for, 8 years or whatever it is, and destroy their life. Or this person is in an absolutely pivotal role for domestic and international, initiatives that the Trump administration is trying to progress through, and having someone in that role that they can control absolutely, that they know for sure that if they remove that person, someone that they do not control is going to go into that role. They are not releasing that video. Okay. I'm not saying I agree with it, disagree with it, whatever. I'm telling you, this is the way the world works. Okay. That is the way the world works. So if everybody thinks that every single person who is on one of these videos and is a prominent figure or an elite is going to be exposed, you're wrong. And that's why. Okay. That's why. Because there are bigger fish to fry on the planet right now than just ringing up another child predator. If said child predator happens to be in a pivotal role to control international affairs, whereby if they're removed, it makes it more difficult to do that. Bottom line. Okay. The reason why a person like Epstein existed, and the reason why this has worked forever, the reason why this exact technique has always worked, is because you can motivate people with two primary options, okay? Or there's two primary ways to motivate a person. Silver or lead, plama o plomo, okay? You can bribe them with soft power or hard power. That's another way that you hear talked, okay? You can incentivize them with money and things they want, or you can incentivize them with things they don't want. That's the simplest way to do it, okay? We want you to do this, and we are willing to give you this thing that you want in order to get you to do it. But if that doesn't work, then it's like, well, what do you not want to happen, okay? Because there are a lot of people who are in positions where you can't offer them anything that they want because they have everything that they want, right? And it's like, well, what do you not want? You don't want to die, do you? You know what I mean? Like hard power in many cases, like you don't want me to destroy your city, right? Like you don't want me to drop a fucking bomb on your city, right? Or if they're an individual, it's like, hey, you don't want to lose your job and your reputation, your family, and every other thing that you hold dear when I expose that you put a leash on a kid and abuse them, right? Like that's not something that you would want to happen, right? No, I don't want that to happen. Cool. Well, you should have said yes to the money then, fuckhead, because now we're on hard power. So without a doubt, there is no question here, okay? Not everyone is going to get exposed, bottom line. That's what I always said about Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew is a patsy. Of course they exposed Prince Andrew. Of course they exposed Prince Andrew. He's a nobody, okay? He is a fake somebody, right? Like, hey, the public stumbled onto this huge network, this huge Epstein thing. We got to give him somebody, man. Like, we got to give him somebody. And it's like, like you think they're going to give us Bill fucking Clinton? You think they're going to give us Hillary Clinton? Do you have any idea how powerful they are? Do you have any idea how powerful they are, okay? This game that we're talking about right here, hard power, soft power, you're going to be hard pressed to find American family or an American couple who has like thrived in that environment better than Bill and Hillary Clinton ever in the history of the country, okay? Those two are gangsters, okay? Bill is the smoothest guy in the world, and Hillary presents well, and I think everybody who is smart can recognize that is the last enemy on earth that you want, okay? Like, make no mistake about it. Those two are like Don Corleone, except in government, and so 1,000 times more powerful. Like those two, you would never fuck with them. You think they're going to throw them to the wolves? Do you have any idea who they can destroy if they get destroyed? You know what I mean? You think you're going to get a Rockefeller? You think you're going to get Bill Gates? You think they're going to throw Bill Gates to the wolves? He's worth $200 or $300 billion and controls all of international health, and he controls fucking like 200 million acres of farmland in the United States he can just shut off. He controls how much infrastructure you think you're going to get Bill Gates? No, they're going to throw you some dimwit party boy from the royal family that to dumb people who are just the regular society people, to them, dumb people, they think that we're dumb enough to think that Prince Andrew is a somebody. He's a fucking nobody, okay? He's always been a nobody. He has no real political power. He just runs in those circles because he's in the royal family. He was a patsy. He is a patsy. Yes, he did those things, but he's nobody. Of course you get him. Okay, that's why you're not getting these names. That's the real reason you're not getting these names, is because they are more valuable to the current administration and the current power brokers if they are not exposed. The second that they get exposed, they have no value. Like we have no control over them. Okay. Now I'm biting my tongue here because I'm not saying what I actually think, because I know I will get absolutely fucking mercilessly hammered in the comments. But I'm going to say it actually because I'm just not good at not saying the things, right? If I'm thinking it and I'm in the mood to like actually talk for real, which I am right now, and I'm also putting this at the very end of the video, so I know you'll have to earn it to see this. But this is the reality, okay? Anyone who has any real global power that I see on those videos, I'm not putting that out there in a million years. I will do anything to keep that locked up. I will have Pam Bondi lock that up. I'll have Cash Patel lock that up. I'll have anyone lock it all up, okay? I'm in the power business now, okay? If I'm in Trump's position, I'm in the power business. I'm trying to control the world. I'm trying to implement things that will influence or impact billions of people. Yeah, of course, I want to get child predators off the street, and I will continue to do that. But if it just so happens that I have absolutely damning leverage against a specific child predator who just happens to be in a position of tremendous power, I would much prefer to have that guy's balls in my fucking vice grip than I would to see him get paraded on television, get his comeuppance, and everybody forgets about it. I'd rather own him forever. Okay? Someone that you have on one of those tapes can never say no to me. Okay, if I have that stuff, they can't say no. The second that the video gets out, it's gone. My power's gone. My control over them's gone. I wouldn't put any of it out. So the more powerful the person, the less likely we're going to see it. Anyway, that's what I got. Love you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. Bye-bye.